Hi friends, good morning to everyone. Today we are going to discuss in economics, unit 4, government and taxes. You know about the government. India has federal government. Among that it's state government, central government. Like that we are dividing. Here government is nothing but RS and taxes. Taxes means it's a worry we used to call in Tamil. Tax, it's a compulsory to the government without getting any direct benefits. What is tax? It's a compulsory to the government without getting any direct benefits, or else we used to call as it's a compulsory contribution to the state revenue. Levied by the government. Levied means to impose by the government to whom? On workers' income and business profits. So tax is nothing but a compulsory contribution to the state revenue levied by the government on workers' income and business profits. So first let me go to the learning objectives. To understand the role of the government and development policies, to gain the knowledge about tax and its types. What are the types? Direct and indirect tax. So we'll see in detail. What are the taxes we called as a direct tax, income tax, property tax. So wealth tax, all it will come under direct tax. Now to study how is tax levied. Levied, vidikapatta vari we used to call. Okay. To gain insight to black money and the tax evasion. So to gain insight into black money and tax evasion. Evasion means avoidance. To know the difference between the tax and the payments. What are the types of payments you have? What are the types of tax you people are levying there? Payments is nothing but a fee. How much fee you are paying is a payments for the getting any service. To understand the taxes and its development. So let me go to the introduction. Tax is levied. Levied means to impose the taxes. Tax is levied by the government for the development of the state's economy. For what purpose the government is charging tax? For the development of the state's economy. That is a revenue to the government. Okay, revenue means income. The revenue of the government depends upon the direct and indirect taxes. Government is spending lot of things, services, mobilizes its financial resources with the help of the tax only. So direct taxes are levied on income of the persons and the indirect taxes are levied on goods and services by which the government mobilizes its financial resources. Let me see the role of government in the development policies. Defense, foreign policy, then conduct of periodic elections, law and order, public administration and provision of public goods. Now we'll see the first point, defense. Defense means resisting attack, protection. This is an essential security function to protect our nation from our enemies. So the union government is responsible for creating and maintaining the defense forces. Who is responsible to defend? The union government is responsible for creating and maintaining the defense forces. Foreign policy. What is foreign policy? A government strategy plans in dealing with the other nations. In today's world, we need to maintain friendly relations with all the other countries in the world. We should also maintain cordial, that is friendly relationship through exports and imports, sending and receiving investments and labor. This service is also provided by the union government. Now we'll see the next point, conduct of the periodic elections. Conduct, either it will prove the certificate of the people character. Now here we are calling as a management of the periodic elections. India is a democratic country. We elect our representatives to parliament and state assemblies. Similarly, the state governments conduct elections to local bodies within the state. Law and order. Both the union and state governments enact the numerous laws to protect our rights, properties, and to regulate our economy and society. To settle the disputes, fight The union government has a vibrant judicial system. State governments take the responsibility for administering the police force in the respective states. Public administration and provision of public goods. The government generally administers the economy and society through the various departments, for example, revenue department, that is income, schools, hospitals, rural development and urban development. The local governments provide public goods like local roads, drainage, drinking water and waste collection and disposal. Look at the tax. The origin of the word tax is from the taxation, which means an estimate. Estimate, roughly calculate. Madiped Seidal. Approximate, what you used to call. Taxation is a means by which government finance their expenditure by imposing charges on citizens and corporate entities. The main purpose of taxation is to accumulate funds for the functioning of the government machinery. Tax has come into forefront on account of the new concept of welfare state. What is that? The taxes are compulsory payments to the government without any expectation of direct return or benefit of the taxpayer. Or, as per the Professor Seligman, also defined a tax as a compulsory contribution from a person to the government to defray the expenses incurred in the common interest of all, without reference to the special benefits conferred. Now look at the tax systems. What are the tax systems we have? So every type of tax has some advantages and some disadvantages. So we have a tax system that is a collection of variety of taxes. From Adam Smith, many economists have given a list of canons, that is rule of taxation. It is important to recall those common among them for the discussion here. Number 1 is canon of equity. Canon means principles or rule. Equity means the value, the worth, the quality of being fair and impartial. No partiality between any poor and rich. So since tax is a compulsory payment, all economics agreed that equity is the cardinal principle in the designing tax system. So the rich should pay more tax revenue to the government than the poor, because the rich has more ability than the poor to pay the tax. Canon of certainty, that is confidence, sureness. Government should announce in advance the tax system so that every taxpayer will be able to calculate how much tax amount one may have to pay during a year to the government. That sureness, confidence should be there. Canons of economy and convenience. If the tax is simple, then the cost of collecting tax, that is taxpayer cost plus tax collector cost, it will be very low. Further, tax should be collected from a person at the time he gets enough money to pay the tax. This is called canon of convenience. So as per the a convenient tax reduces the cost of collecting tax. Canon of productivity and elasticity. Government should choose the taxes that can get enough tax revenue to it. It should choose a few taxes that can fetch more tax revenue instead of lot of taxes. This is canon of productivity. Tax paid by the people out their incomes. Therefore, the tax system should be designed in such a way that the people automatically pay more tax revenue if their incomes grow. This is called canon of elasticity. Why taxes? States and their functional equivalents throughout the history have used money which provided by the taxation to carry out many functions. Some of these include expenditures on economic infrastructure, transportation, sanitation, public safety, education, healthcare systems, to name a few. Military, scientific research, culture and the arts, public works and public insurance, and the operation of government itself. So a government's ability to raise the taxes, it's called as a fiscal capacity. It's a tax capacity, budgetary capacity. Okay. So when expenditures exceed the tax revenue, a government accumulates a debt. Debt means kadan. A portion of taxes may be used to service past debts. So they are collecting tax to reduce the debts what they borrowed. Governments also use taxes to fund welfare and public services. So these services can include education systems, pensions for the elderly, unemployment benefits and public transportation. So where their government is using. Energy, water and waste management systems are also common public utilities. So whatever the taxes is collecting by the government, they are using for the taxes to fund the welfare and public services. Now look at this taxation. In India has its root from the period of Manusmriti and Arthashastra. The present Indian tax system is based on this ancient tax system. Now what are the types of tax? As we all know that direct tax and indirect taxes are available. So direct tax is now a tax imposed on an individual or organization which is paid directly is a direct tax. The burden of a direct tax cannot be shifted to the others. We see that it's very important. A tax which imposed on an individual or organization which is paid directly is called as a direct tax. The burden of a direct tax cannot be shifted to others. So J.S. Mill defines a direct tax as one which is demanded from the very persons who it is intended or desired should pay it. To whom we have intended that person have to pay. Some direct taxes are, what are the direct tax? Income tax, wealth tax and the corporation tax. So these are the three we are going to see in detail. In India, income tax was introduced for the first time in 1860 by Sir James Wilson in order to meet the losses sustained by the government on account of the mutiny of 1857. First look at the income tax. Look at the income tax. It is the most common and most important tax levied, that is to impose taxes, vidikapatta vari, on an individual in India. It is charged directly based on the income of a person. The rate at which it is charged varies depending on the level of income. Everybody is not paying the common tax. Based on their income, the tax is also charging. So here they have to ask to the search income tax website and to know the income tax slab for the current year. How many percentage of the tax they are collecting by the government. Now corporate tax relating to a large company or a group. Okay, they are charging tax to the large company or a group of that. So this tax is levied on companies. Okay, large companies that exist as a separate entities from their shareholders. So it is charged on royalties, interest, gained from sale of capital assets located in India and fees for the technical services and dividends. Foreign companies are taxed on income that it arises in India. Dividends is nothing but a rewards or cash etc. to its shareholders. This is the income for Indian companies. For foreign companies, how much they are charging? Less than rupees 50 crore. For Indian companies, they are charging 25%. For foreign companies, they are charging 40. So more than 50 crores, 30% from the Indian and foreign companies 40%. The next direct tax is the wealth tax. Wealth is a rich tax. Rich persons alone they are paying. This is charged on the benefits derived from property ownership. From the property ownership. The same property will be taxed every year on its current market value. The tax is levied on the individuals and companies alike. In India, taxes are collected by all the three tiers of government. There are taxes that can be easily collected by the union government. In India, almost all the direct taxes are collected by the union governments. Taxes and goods and services are collected by both union and as well as the state governments. The taxes on property are collected by the local governments. In India, we collect more tax revenue through the indirect taxes than through the direct taxes. So the major indirect taxes in India are customs duty and GST. Now we are talking about indirect taxes. If the burden of the tax can be shifted to others, it is an indirect tax. If the burden of the tax can be shifted, for the direct, no one can shift to the others. But here the burden of the tax can be shifted to the others, it is an indirect tax. The impact is on one person while the incident is on the other person. Therefore, in the case of indirect taxes, the taxpayer is not the tax bearer because he is supposed to pay by the others. So, some indirect taxes are stamp duty, entertainment tax, excise duty, and goods and service tax. Whether the owner is present or not, but who is carrying the second person, that person can able to sign those and they can able to pay the taxes. That is indirect taxes. It is on the stamp duty, entertainment tax, excise duty, and goods and service tax, that is GST. Stamp duty. What is the stamp duty? It is a tax that is paid on official documents. Have you ever seen that stamp duties? Like marriage registration or documents related to your property, and in some contractual agreements, stamp duty papers they used to keep. So they are charging for that tax. Entertainment tax. There is a duty that is charged by the government on any source of entertainment provided. So this tax can be charged on movie tickets, tickets to amusement parks, exhibitions, and even sports events. You know very well how much the government is charging even for the entertainment tax. Excise duty and excise tax is any duty. Excise means kalalvari. That is depends on the drunkard peoples. They are just using for that. Excise tax is any duty on manufactured goods levied at the moment of manufacture rather than at sale. Excise is typically imposed in addition to an indirect tax such as a sales tax. Look at this now. Goods and service tax. Now only we come to know that it is very much relatively current trend is this GST was passed in the Parliament on 29th March 2017. The Act came into effect on 1st July 2017. What is GST? Goods and service tax. This is one of the indirect taxes. The motto is one of the nation, one market and one tax. Due to that, each and every people, whatever you are purchasing, you are remitting GST indirectly. Okay. Now this is the structure of the goods and service tax. This is also one of your second detail answer. You can know that one of the point of the second. The structure of the goods and service tax. State goods and service tax. You know very well. Is GST and CGST is collecting everywhere. Wherever you go, you can see even in the gold jewelry shop also, normally 3% have been given to both. Is the C, S and C. S means state, C means for the central. GST everybody knows that, goods and service tax. So this intrastate, within the state, VAT, value added tax, sales tax, purchase tax, entertainment tax, luxury tax, lottery tax and state surcharge and the cesses. Central goods services tax, intrastate, that is within the state it is provided. And central excise duty, service tax, countervailing duty, additional duty of customs, surcharge, education and secondary, higher secondary sales and everything. Integrated goods and service tax. So this is the interstate. So integrated GST, there are 4 major GST rates, 5%, 12%, 18 and 28%. Almost all the necessities of life like vegetables and food grains are exempted from this tax. So only vegetables and the food grains exempted from this tax. The rest all we are paying to purchase whatever the clothes and we are purchasing the electric and electronic goods, whatever available we are using at home, for everything we are paying the tax except the vegetables and certain food grains, not all the food products. For everything we are paying the GST, that is related to the GST and CGST together. Now about the how are taxes levied. Tax is levied by the government progressively, proportionately, as well as regressively. What is it progressive? Valar Vida Vari. That is, as per the income increase, and your taxes also will be increased. So, when income increase, the tax rate also will increase. That is a progressive tax. So, progressive tax rate is one in which the rate of taxation increases multiplier as the tax base increases. In the case of a progressive tax, when income increase, the tax rate also will be increased. Example it is given here. Tax base rupees 10,000 if you are earning, your tax rate will be 10%. Amount of tax is around 1,000 rupees. If you are earning 20,000, so tax rate will be a 15%, not doubled. Okay, it's only multiplicand. So 3,000 tax they are charging. If you are earning 30,000 per month, so tax rate will be 25%. So you are paying a tax to the government is rupees 7,500. So when the income is increasing, tax rate a little bit. It's just multiplicand. It's not getting double. Okay, it's just multiplier. So proportionate tax. Ore Vidavari. The tax levied on goods and services in a fixed portion is known as proportionate tax. All taxpayers contribute the same proportion of their incomes. Example, tax base, tax rate and amount of tax. Look at the 10,000%, 10% only. 20,000 who are earning, that also 10%. 30,000 those who are earning, 10%. So everybody is equally charging, that is proportionate tax. So here now the regressive tax. Regressive tax taking proportionally greater amount. Which amount is a greater one, that amount they are taking into lower percentage of tax. This is a regressive tax. Kuraivu Vida Vari. So it implies that higher the rate of tax, lower the income groups than in the case of the higher income groups. Rather than the higher income groups, lower income people are paying more. It is a very opposite to the progressive taxation. Now look at this example. Progressive tax, proportional tax and regressive tax. Income increase, tax also increase for the progressive. Example, income tax. Proportional tax, income increase, tax decrease. Example, corporate tax. Regressive tax, income changes, same tax always. Example, sales tax. It's a very good example to you all. You should know that what is progressive, proportional and the regressive tax. Now we are talking about the black money. Have you heard about the black money? It's an unaccounted money which is not concealing from the tax administrator, that they call as a black money. Black money is a funds earned on the black market on which income and other taxes have not been paid. If the income you have already paid the tax to that, so that is called white money. Black money, it is without tax. You have been not paid any tax, so that income we call as a black money. The unaccounted money that is concealed from the tax administrator is called as a black money. Now, what are the causes of the black money? Why they are keeping that black money without paying any tax to the government? Several sources of black money are identified as causes. Shortage of goods. Goods are very less in amount. Licensing proceeding. If you want to start any business or anything else, they have started to give the license proceeding to follow, but they are charging more money. So instead of that, giving to the government, let we keep it ourselves. Like that, people started to keep unaccounted money that we call as a black money. Then contribution of the industrial sector. Smuggling. Number of smuggling like gold, whatever may be the diamonds, any other narcotic drugs, but it is not coming into account. Tax structure depends upon the income. We have already learned about 3 different types: progressive, proportional and the regressive types of tax. So that structure is also, they are varying. Now tax evasion, avoidance, how to avoid. Tax evasion is the illegal evasion of taxes by individuals, corporations and trusts. Tax evasion activities included underreporting income, inflating deductions or expenses, hiding money, hiding interest in offshore accounts. The tax evasion penalties. You have income but you're not showing into account, that penalty they are just bringing. If person willfully commits the act of tax evasion, he may face felony charges. What is that evasion? The action of evading something, maraikiradu, avoiding, to show into account. Tax evasion penalties include imprisonment of up to 5 years and high amount as fines. These are penalties to them, the different types of punishment. Those who are avoiding to show the proper rules to the government. The defendant may also be ordered to pay for the cost of prosecution. The defendant may also be ordered to pay for the cost of prosecution. Prosecution also they have to give the tax. The tax evasion penalties can be harsh depending on the severity of the crime. Depend on the crime, the tax evasion avoidance also penalties also very harsh. Now taxes and development. The role of the taxation in developing economies is as follows: resource mobilization, reduction inequalities of income, social welfare, foreign exchange, regional development, control of inflation. First, let me go to the resource mobilization. Taxation, which enables the government to mobilize a substantial amount of revenue. The tax revenue is generated by imposing direct taxes such as personal income tax and corporate tax, and indirect taxes such as customs duty, excise duty, etc. Reduction inequalities of income. Taxation follows the principle of equity. The direct taxes are progressive in nature. Also, certain indirect taxes such as taxes on luxury goods is also progressive in nature. So, it depends upon the value of the goods, the tax also will be increased. Social welfare. Taxation generates social welfare. It is generated due to the higher taxes on certain undesirable products like alcoholic products. Foreign exchange. Taxation encourages exports and restricts the imports. Generally, developing countries and even the developed countries do not impose tax on the export items. It's a foreign exchange. Regional development. Taxation plays an important role in regional development. Tax incentives such as the tax holidays for the setting up industries in backward regions, which induces the business firms to set up industries in such regions. Control of inflation. Taxation can be used as an instrument for controlling inflation. Through the taxation, the government control inflation by reducing the tax on the commodities. Now we are seeing the difference between the tax and the other payments. Tax is compulsory to the government without getting any direct benefits. What is tax? Tax is compulsory to the government without getting any direct benefits. What is called payments? Fee is the payment for getting any service. Look at the tax. If the element of revenue for general purpose of the state predominates, the levy, that is impose, becomes as a tax. While a fee is a payment for a specific benefit, privileges, although the special to the primary purpose of regulation in public interest. Tax is a compulsory payment, but fee is a voluntary payment. Any 2 points you can write for one of your 8th brief. If tax is imposed on a person, he has to pay it, otherwise he has to be penalized. But on the other hand, fee is not paid if the person do not want to get the service. In this case, the taxpayer does not expect any direct benefit, example income tax, gift box, wealth tax, VAT, etc. Here, fee payer can get direct benefit for paying fee, example stamp fee, driving license fee, government registration fee, etc. Look at the summary finally. Direct tax is a tax paid directly to the union government or state or local governments such as income tax and property tax. Income tax is a tax paid by the individuals and businesses based on the earned and unearned income. Local tax is a tax charged by a local government such as a city or country. Please go through the lesson thoroughly, my dears. Once again, thank you so much.